Welcome to Contemplative Living, where we view contemplations for the week to have a better understanding of our spiritual paths. This is Contemplative Living with Dave Bennett. All right, welcome to another Contemplative Living, where we talk about concepts to bring contemplative living into everyday life. We've had some technical problems this week and past week, so we're recording this and we'll post it up after the fact once we edit everything. So I'd like to start with a reading that, it's not so much a reading as a Rumi saying. Rumi said, "If I were not guided by the fragrance of Love City, I'd have followed dark spirits into the endless desert of greed." And Rumi's talking about, when he talks about the love city, he's talking about that love that resides within each and every one of us, that higher essence of who we are. And so today, that's kind of what we're going to talk about, is connecting to that higher essence of who we are. So let's get started. All right. I see there's a typo here, so turn your attention from the physical world toward the inner realm and access the resources of your inner being. Your inner being is what Rumi called Love City. It's that essence that connects us to the greater oneness. And when we can turn our attention, turn our focus inward, then we have access to the resources that our inner being or our true nature has available for us. And we can bring that into our everyday lives, and we can utilize that then. We can utilize those resources in our day-to-day interactions, that inner peace, that unconditional love that resides within our true nature, and bring that into everyday interactions. Okay. So your inner being, your higher self, is not something you have. It's what you are. So it's not something you have. It is a part of you. It's a part of each and every one of us. We all have that within us, that true nature of who we really are is available to us. And it is our inner being. And we can bring that out in ourselves and utilize that in all of our interactions. And that's what's powerful about this work that we're doing, about being on the spiritual path, is allowing ourselves to connect with our inner being. It only requires a practice of stillness to quiet our minds so that we can then hear what our inner being has to say. So the amount of knowledge and wisdom available within you is unlimited. That's unlimited potential that we can bring into our day-to-day life. And if we just take the time and develop our practice, we can imbue our being, our day-to-day being, with the knowledge that's available to us. That wisdom is universal. It's like all the souls that ever were and all the souls that ever will be are in that oneness, and we have access to that knowledge. I wrote a book a little while ago, A Voice as Old as Time. And in that book, there isn't anything that hasn't been said for eons and eons. But to bring that knowledge into our daily awareness, bring what Spirit has to say to us, so that we can then apply it in our everyday interactions. That's what's so powerful about this work. Ask the question and silence your conscious mind enough to hear the answer. That's key. This is the key to it all, is we have to take the time to silence our conscious mind. That's what meditation and contemplative practice do for us. It helps us to quiet the mind enough so that we can hear the answers. But the first step in this is to ask the question. Many times in stillness, we want to just find that quiet space within us. And that's admirable. I started my meditation practice that way, like everyone else. But now I've taken it to another step. And this is where contemplative meditation comes in, is you ask the question. And while you're in that state of silence, you ask the question so that you're putting it out to the universe. You're putting it out to your higher consciousness. And then if you're in that still place, your conscious mind is quiet enough to be able to receive the answer. And so that helps us. It helps us with all the circumstances that are going on in our lives. If we can take a few moments to ask the questions of what we need to guide us through our day, or to empower us to be able to handle a situation or a circumstance, then we're going to be better prepared in our day-to-day. All potential lies within us, and we only have to open a channel to allow that unlimited potential to flow out into the world. So like this picture, here's a channel that's flowing out into the light. And that flow is all the potential that exists within each and every one of us. And when we can be open and connected to our true nature, then we can bring that out into our world, into our day-to-day living. Because that's where we want to bring all this knowledge. What good is it if it just resides in our higher consciousness and we don't bring it into our daily lives? So we want to, like we mentioned before, we want to find that stillness. We want to ask the question, and then we want to listen for the answer. And then we want to allow that to fill us. Allow the answer to be a part of who we are this day and every day forward. And then bring that flow of that consciousness, that heightened awareness into our daily life. The power is within. And you don't have to become something new. Realize the power, then allow the infinite inner potential into your life. We have that power. We have that love. We have that calm, resolute nature within us. And we don't have to become something new. We don't have to reinvent ourselves. We just allow that to settle into us. And then that infinite power of love, that infinite power of a peaceful resolve, and all the compassion that comes with it enters into our life, enters into our daily interactions. And we can then apply it to everything that we do. And it smooths out the way we live our life and allows us to exist at a higher level of awareness. Connection with your inner flame is a partnership which produces enormous benefits toward happy and productive experiences. When we do this, our life tends to flow much smoother. When we're connected to that inner passion of love and peace, it brings us more love and peace. And that is a happy outcome. That is a happy way of existing. And we want our daily experiences, our interactions, we want them all to be productive. We want them to all help and benefit one another. And this is the way we do it, is by making the contact, asking the question, quieting the mind and listening for the answer. And sometimes that answer may not come while we're meditating. It may come as a seed that's delivered to you at some point during your day. But because of the time that you spent in contemplation and knowing the question that you've asked, when you receive the answer, it'll be bright and it'll be brilliant and you will understand it. And that's the wonder of working within the flow of the universe and allowing yourself to be a part of that and interacting with that. I hope that you find your connection this week. I hope that you're able to hear the answers that you seek. And I hope you're able to bring them into your everyday interactions and apply them to everything that you do. Have a blessed week. Namaste.